Welcome back to another video. Today it is freezing cold. It's like -10 right now and it's like the middle of the day. And I'm not gonna be fishing in a house today because unfortunately there's like so much snow and I'm kind of afraid that I'm gonna get stuck if I try and pull a bunch of gear out. So as I flip the camera around here, I packed in with the snowmobile, my flasher and rods, camera bag, tackle box, and the auger. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna fish right here. I don't have a ton of time. Today is actually my birthday, so we're having like a big birthday get together in town, and my buddies are coming over, my old high school buddies. We're gonna have some fun, hang out, and yeah, so I only have like a couple hours to fish here, but I told you guys I'd fish every day and put out videos. So I'm just gonna pack down this area, clear it out, and we're gonna run an underwater camera, and we're just gonna see, you know, if we can get some fish on camera and hopefully maybe get a couple to bite. So I'm gonna get things rigged up here, and then I'll talk to you guys in a second. Got him. Ooh. There we go. On the board. I don't mind that it's a Larry. All right, let's see if I can give him a good lipping. There we go. Larry on the board. That thing came right up and smashed it, which is always a bonus. Get him back in the drink. That one just came on the Purple Wonder, which is basically just Wonder Bread with a little purple right there on the nose. Puppet minnow. And puppet minnow, I think, is just like a really good all-around bait. You can fish it deep because it falls so stinking fast because it's so heavy. But you can also fish it up in the shallows. And the reason why I kind of like it up in the shallows as well is the fact that it's really a visually appealing bait. It doesn't have rattles, it doesn't have a ton of vibration, but it shoots a big distance off to the side, which can draw fish in from a distance. Anytime I'm fishing up in the shallows, I tend to prefer standing weeds if you can find them. Some lakes don't have them, but nice clear bodies of water like this can actually still have some pretty good weeds. Anyway, we got some decent weeds right now, and I got the camera down here and you get to watch some strikes, which I think is really fun. Darn it. That's enough to bum a guy out. That was a walleye. Next time I'm going to try not to be adjusting and kind of getting comfortable when a walleye just finally happens to grace us with its presence. Because it's so cold and it's so nasty, and I'm just like a skinny guy who doesn't hold heat very well and gets cold really easy. So what I did is I actually have like a lighter jacket on underneath it, and then a sweatshirt, and naturally I've got my bibs and whatnot, but just having all these layers I think is really key for just keeping my kind of main core body warm. And I feel like if you can keep your core warm, that's pretty critical. But with that being said, I know that a lot of you are probably saying, well, like, that's great, my core doesn't get cold. It's all about, you know, my fingers and toes and all that stuff. And my advice for that would be, if there's one article of clothing that you should not skimp on, it's gloves. Like, you should definitely go out and get really nice gloves. These ones right here, like, I think that they're amazing. Like, I would recommend them to anybody, and it's the combat gloves, Striker combat gloves. And what I love about them is, number one, they're really warm, but then number two, like, they're really flexible, and I can do like just about anything that I want with them. Pulling out line, fishing, dealing with gear. And then another really awesome critical part about these particular gloves is the fact that I can grab a fish, put my hand in the water, get it soaking wet, and it's completely waterproof. One feature about these that I think is really nice is if you catch a fish and you have like the spines poking through, sometimes that can poke holes into your waterproofing in some gloves. But these, that will not happen. No matter how many fish you catch, you're not gonna poke a hole through the waterproofing. I don't know that I've found a pair of boots that I think are just absolutely the deal. If you guys have some that you think are just amazing, let me know down in the comments section below, because I'd love to check them out. But if I have any advice for boots, I would say definitely get something that's gonna be like almost completely waterproof, or totally waterproof if you can, because obviously like we're walking on frozen water and that stuff melts all the time. When you're drilling holes, the water's coming up, and if your feet get wet, that is just super bad news. And also, like, if you're trying to decide which size boot to get and you're kind of like in between two sizes, get the bigger of those two sizes, because you do not want to have like a tight fit with your boot. You want to have as much breathing room as you can. Most people like to get these big giant puffy socks and even layer them up, but I would go in the exact opposite direction. I like to have one pair of socks, and I like them to be thin merino wool. My go-to is actually Darn Tough is the name of the company, and I just think they make really good quality socks, and I have a bunch of pairs and I'm trying to get more. They're really expensive, but you want to have good thin merino wool, because that's going to help minimize moisture, and then you're going to have plenty of breathing room inside your boot, which I think is also critical. So that's kind of like the best advice that I can give you for your hands and for your toes. You know, as far as headgear, I'm like the worst headgear guy ever, because basically I just wear my hat all the time and then I throw my hood up and I'm good like 98% of the time. So it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna pack things up, and I'm kind of in a hurry, because if I'm late for the get together, then you know they're gonna start the party without me, I think, right? So anyway, thank you for watching all the way to the end of this video. We're getting right towards the end of this 30-day fishing series challenge, whatever you want to call it, and I really have appreciated all the support from all of you who have been watching the majority of these videos. So thank you for that, and we will see you in the next video, which is coming out tomorrow.